Welcome to the Yoga Sissel yoga videos for pregnancy. Hi ladies, thank you for joining me for this Yoga Sissel video. I hope your bellies are growing nice and happily. This is going to be a video which is really good for during second trimester. This is probably when you'll feel like your most normal self. That's at least how I feel. I feel like I've got a little bit of a second wind, that I've got a little bit more strength and energy, but it's still a practice you can do first or third trimester as well. And it's going to be very good for building strength into those big muscles that are going to support us during labor and support us as we get heavier, so the legs and the buttocks, but also getting a little bit of movement into the spine so that stays fluid and we don't feel so tight and stiff. So, standing with your feet hip distance. Again, you might like to rest one hand just below your belly button, so just resting it down on your womb, and the other hand on your heart, and just close your eyes. Feel your weight pouring down into your feet. Knees are soft, but your legs can support and hold you. Feeling the breath move all the way down to the bottom hand. Nice, slow, steady breath. Feeling the exhale move out past the top hand. Noticing how your breath is breathing on its own. Just like your body knows how to grow another body on its own. A lot of absolutely incredible intelligence in these systems within our own being. So trusting in that intelligence, and that already can be a strength and a support. And opening your eyes. Leaving your hand sort of just below your belly button, and then taking the hand from your heart, place it behind your lower back. And it's like you're coaxing your tailbone down and lifting your pubic bone and your belly button up. Good. So that already feels like a bit of length and a bit of opening the front of the hips. And then keeping that sensation, tailbone down, pubic bone up, tuck the chin, bend the knees even more. And then for as long as you can, tailbone down, belly button up, and then you'll meet some resistance at some point, and your belly might get in the way. And that's when you slowly start adding on bending at the hips. Get your hands all the way to the floor. Bend your knees a whole lot. And we start from the tailbone, so the tailbone goes down, your belly button lifts up, the buttocks are toned and firm, and that helps to roll you up all the way along the spine. So the same thing. Tailbone down, pubic bone up, the chin tucks, knees bend, spine rolls, and the hips finally follow. And then we reverse that, so bend the knees a little more, then the tailbone down, pubic bone and belly button up, the buttocks pushing you up, the spine rolling you up tall. Good, so getting some nice spinal rolls one more time. Take it nice and slow. Smooth, organic movement. And up. And I'm going to do two more, but I'm just going to turn so you can see from the side. Tailbone down, navel up. Knees bending, chin tucking, spine rolling, and then the hips follow. Just getting some big movements into the spine, and then rolling up. Last time. Knees bend. And that makes it easier to direct your tailbone down. And then rolling up. Good. We're going to add on a little more. So Step your right foot back a little, keep the left foot forward. Have your feet hip distance or wider. You know how much you need space for. And then we bend the hips a lot, so sit your bum down onto the heels. And then squeeze your bum, push up. If you're feeling dizzy, take your arms out to the side. If you're feeling okay, take your hands up. And one more time, bum to heels. So right, nice staggered squat, great for releasing the hips and the lower back. And push to stand, arms out wide or to the ceiling. Good. And again, bum down. This time, keep your fingers on the floor and straighten the legs. So that's a nice little stretch for the legs. The back heel pressing into the floor. One more time, bum down. And again, straightening the legs, keeping the fingers on the floor. And then from here, one more time, bum down. Push all the way up. Arms out to the side or fingers to the sky. Good. And then bring your hands to the hips. Slide your right foot a little further back. Still keeping everything about you facing to the top of the mat. And then bend your front knee. So you're in a warrior one position, but keeping it short and wide. The back heel anchors into the ground. That whole back leg is super strong, and so is the front leg. Good. Now from here, take your arms out wide, or take your arms up if you feel okay. And we lift the back heel, straighten the legs. Now press the back heel down, bend the front knee, and hug the air. Again, arms up or arms out wide. Straighten your legs and lift the back heel. So we're stretching the toes, engaging the calf muscle. And then the heel presses down, the calf muscle stretches. So these nice calf pumping stretch, calf pumping, blood pumping exercises. Bend the front knee, hug the air. One more time. Lift up, open out, or stretch your hands up to the sky. And then press the heel down, bend the front knee, hug the air. Now from here, take your arms back besides the hips, squeeze the shoulder blades, and as you lift the back heel, point the toe. You can either keep the big toe on the floor, pressing it into the mat, or lift it. Depends on how if your hips feel nice and stable. So if the big toe's on the floor, you push it down, you feel the front of the leg engage. If you can lift the toe off the floor, you'll feel the entire back of the leg engage. Squeezing into the shoulder blades. So that's a little baby warrior 3. And then you're going to step your back foot a little further back, bend into the knee, and stretch the front leg. So a nice little stretch for the back ankle and the front leg. You can rest your hands on the right knee or on the floor, depending on how you feel. If you can handle the floor, it's going to deepen the stretch in the front leg. And then come all the way up and turn to the side. Turning the toes out, bending the knees, heels in, and then squeeze your bum, push yourself up to standing, reach up, hands to heart, bend the knees. And again, squeeze your bum, push to stand, and bend the knees, hands to heart. Remember, if you're feeling dizzy, take your arms out wide, stretching the legs, and hands to heart, bend the knees. Now from here, just rest your hands underneath your belly button, so just cupping your bump. And then you're just keeping the legs still. You just sort of, it's like you're belly dancing. Swaying a little from side to side. So the legs don't move, the hips don't move. You're trying to move from inside the pelvis, the base of the spine. So this helps to limber up the lower back, the lower spine. And it sends a ripple effect up along the whole spinal column and can feel quite nice and good for releasing tension. Now we're going to add on some bigger side bends. So coming back to center, either arms out wide or arms up, straightening the legs. Now as you bend the knees, both knees evenly, right hand to the right thigh, left hand up towards the sky, and you push the knees back into the hand, Push the hips forward and you bend into the side, the right side. Let that left hand circle all the way up and over, and then that lifts you back. Straighten the legs, salute the sun, arms out wide or arms up. And now left hand to the left thigh. Both knees bend evenly, and we lean to the left. So the trick is, once we start leaning to the left, we think more about the left knee and we forget about bending the right knee. And circle your arm down, lift up one more time, each side. And as you exhale, bending to the right. Both knees bend evenly. And lifting up. Squeezing your bum so you really feel strength into the bottom half of your body. And bending the sideways so you feel fluidity in the upper body. And then come back up to center. And turn to the other end of the mat. So now we do the same thing, but with the other leg. So keep your right foot forward, slide your left foot back so your feet are hip distance or wider, the left toe in line with the right heel. Good. And we start with our staggered squat, bum down, back heel up. Good. And then squeeze your bum, arms open out wide or up to the ceiling. Press your left heel down, and again, bum down. Squeeze your bum, lifting up. And again, bum down, like you're tying shoelaces. This time the hands stay on the floor, lift the bum, the legs straighten. And again, bum down. And the exhale, straighten. One more time, bum down. And we push all the way up to standing, arms out wide or arms to the sky. And then you bring your hands to the hips. Step your left foot a little further back. Short, wide, warrior one. The front knee bends. Anchor from left buttocks to the left foot. From the right buttocks down through the right foot. Right knee bending, but it's stacked over the ankle. Take your arms out wide. And again, hugging the air. Good. We add on our little calf pumps. Open the arms out wide or lifting up. Straighten both legs and lift your left heel. And bend and hug. Bend the front knee, back heel presses down. Inhale. Open the arms out, straighten the leg, lift onto the back tiptoes. And bend the front knee, hug the air. And one more time. Lifting up, opening out, and bend and hug. And then you stretch your arms back past your hips, squeeze the shoulder blades, and lifting onto the back tiptoes. Either stay there, press your big toe down, or lift your big toe. You're really tall. Can you push down through the right foot, lift up through the crown of your head? And set your back foot even further back. And we bend a lot in the back leg and straighten the front leg a lot. Either leaving your hands on the thigh, or if you were going deeper, hands on the floor. And from here we come up and turn to the side. Take your feet a little wider. Take your arms out to the side. Inhale, lift here. And exhale, right hand to the left ankle. Left hand on the hip. Inhale, lifting up, opening out. Left hand to the right ankle, right hand on the hip. One more time each side, inhaling. If you're not feeling too dizzy, you can lift your left hand to the sky as you bring your right hand to the ankle. And inhaling up. And last side. And lifting up. And with the feet parallel, we're going to bring our hands to the floor. You can take your feet a little wider if you like, so that it becomes a little more comfortable to touch the mat. Or if you've got a block or one of these, yoga bolster, you can rest your hands on that to bring the floor a little closer. And then we're going to bring the left hand under your nose, right hand onto the shoulder. Inhale, roll, point your right elbow forward. Slowly turn your elbow to the sky. Press evenly to both feet. Stay here, or stretch your right hand up. Push your left hand down. And then bring the hand back to the shoulder. Roll the elbow forward and gently release. Second side. Right hand under nose, left hand onto shoulder. Elbow forward and slowly roll it up. Maybe your right hand or your left hand reaches up, the right hand presses down. Noticing if you've dropped the right hip, can you lift the right hip? So you lift the opposite hip while you lift the opposite shoulder. So left shoulder up, right hip up. And to reverse, come out of it, hand to shoulder, elbow forward, and then bring your hands to the floor. Turn your toes out, heels in, and then walk yourself up. Good. So, hopefully your legs and your buttocks are feeling a little stronger. And then just a well-deserved release. Come down onto the floor. All the way down onto the mat. And then from here, take your knees wide. You might hold on to the knees and just try and pull them towards your armpits. You might be able to grab the insides of your feet for happy baby pose. And then rock a little from side to side, massaging your lower back. Letting the shoulders relax and be heavy. Breathing again all the way down into the belly. And exhaling past the heart. And release your feet or your knees. And just let your legs come up to the reach up. Stacking them so that you can let go of your legs and they won't really fall. It's like they're suspended in midair. And the same thing with your hands. And you can stay here. If you've got very tight hips or very tight legs, you might like to put your hips up onto a cushion or a bolster, and that elevation of the pelvis can make it a little easier. And just let your toes be soft, your fingers soft, so everything has an opportunity to drain. There's so much extra fluid in our bodies. And you can stay here for a few breaths. And if at any point it gets uncomfortable, then you come out of it, of course. And again, knees to your armpits or your happy baby pose. And this happy baby pose can feel like a really nice lower back release. It's kind of like really deep traditional squat, but without all the pressure into the pelvis. And then you release. If you're up on a prop, carefully sliding it out to one side. And maybe roll your knees just a little from side to side. And then, as pregnant ladies, it's a good rule of thumb to roll onto the left side. And from here, very gently come up, using your hands to support your body. And then just find a last sitting posture. Rest your hands, closing your eyes. And you can take as long as you like to get up to a sitting position, so that you can feel your whole internal environment self-regulate, sort of equilibrate. Especially if you've got lower blood pressure and you get dizzy easily. And in this comfortable seated position, you just pause for a moment. Again, letting everything settle. And when you're ready, you open your eyes and you're back. I hope this little practice helped you feel a little more grounded and strong and supported. and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Namaste.